The 2010 Australian Open marks the 98th staging of the event, which began in 1905. It's the first of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments of the year. January in Melbourne represents a timely chance for every ambitious player to lay down an early season marker.
You know, it's a Grand Slam. This is a different kettle of fish altogether. And all these guys, they really get up for it.
First tournament of the year, you feel the adrenaline really alive in your body.
Originally played on grass, the hard courts of Melbourne Park have been hosting the event since 1998. The last 12 years have seen the profile and image of the Australian Open soar.
The move to this Melbourne Park was a stroke of genius for Tennis Australia. It's right on the edge of the city.
This is just a wonderful facility, Melbourne Park and Rod Laver Arena.
It's great for Australia to have a Grand Slam. Obviously, you know, it goes around the world to almost every country in the world. So it's terrific for Australia, and it's really good for Melbourne.
It's the largest sporting event in Australia, and it's the largest annual sporting event in the Southern Hemisphere, so a very large event. And it becomes the pinnacle of our sport, and we have an opportunity over these 2 weeks to showcase tennis.
The Australian Open has gained a reputation for having some of the most colourful and fun-loving fans at any tennis tournament in the world. It's a Grand Slam that's developed an identity all of its own.
You've got a very relaxed, friendly atmosphere, typically Australian. And the players enjoy it, the fans enjoy it. It's just a great way to kick off the year.
It's very much the people's tournament. People from so many parts of the world converge on here, and it has an electricity all of its own.
They're nationalistic, they get behind players from the different countries and support them and are vocal about it. And we welcome that because I think that adds to the spirit of the event. And the players give us the feedback, they kind of like that too.
And of course, there is a lot of Chilean fans here. That's why it makes it really special for me. I mean, every time I go, there is a couple of hundreds fans cheering for me, and that's really exciting.
It helps a lot, you know. It's like having a Grand Slam at home. That's what I always say, and it's always nice to have all this support, and I feel welcome all the time I come here.
The tragic events following the earthquake in Haiti inspired Roger Federer to hold a fundraising exhibition match in Melbourne. He was joined at the Rod Laver Arena by fellow tennis greats in the hit for Haiti.
It was fantastic. I mean, what fun. It had turned into a great curtain raiser for this year's Australian Open. But it was Roger Federer's idea. He went to the tournament director, Craig Tiley. Wasn't sure if they could pull it off, but they did. It was so much fun to watch. The crowd got a great kick out of it. I think the players really enjoyed it. They sort of mocked themselves out on the court and just had a lot of fun. The amount of money this is raised for those poor, helpless people in Haiti is fantastic. And this is, you know, you see the spirit of the players getting together.
Top guys come together and they know we have a rough 2 weeks ahead of ourselves. It's more, you know, the talking and the points and the touch and just the feeling, the interaction with the crowds that's more important for us, and it was a lot of fun. And I think it's just a great thing because we have a great game to interact with fans, and you know, I'm happy that the players were also in such good spirits to make it a fun afternoon.
Start of a season, there's so much expectation. Who's going to play well? Who's going to be the man to break through? So all the elements are right there for us to start with a real crash-bang wallop.
Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, a special report from Melbourne as the 2010 Australian Open reaches its dramatic climax. And we talk to another rising Gallic star of the game. Gilles Simon reveals the hope and hard work behind his journey to tennis's top table. Until then, don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com for your 24/7 breaking news.